Matt Shepard was my friend. He was my friend in a lonesome time in my life. In the 1990s, Casper, Wyoming was this place I had parked my Subaru for a lot longer than I had intended to, pretty much. I had forsaken really any hope that I was going to fall in love and settle down and fit in comfortably in this small town kind of life that I had grown up with. I took a job at the statewide newspaper. Those of you who know about the Casper Star-Tribune in the 90s will appreciate this. We set out, as someone in the newsroom put it, we set out to afflict the comfortable and comfort the afflicted. We really did. People said that. We thought that was our job. I think it was our job. There is a lot of self-satisfied complacency in Wyoming that needed to be afflicted. And there are a lot of people there to this day that are hurting who could use some help. That was where I met Matt Shepard. And afflicting the comfortable, afflicting our newspaper, for one thing, because we didn't cover Middle East human rights issues enough, was something that was right up his alley. And he certainly knew a lot about comforting the afflicted as well. A lot of his friends are here tonight, a vast, cohesive group of friends out there who could keep us up until 2 in the morning here probably sharing stories about Matt and this restless desire he had to bring a little bit of laughter to whatever old soul he ran across, including mine. So the Spirit of Matthew Award is a special thing that we do. It's a recognition we give to someone who breaks the mold in a way that we recognize as reflecting Matt's life. And I remember him as a person who had, very little patience for injustice, a lot of empathy for victims, a really personal need to get in the middle of that and start pushing. So this is the second year that we have recognized one young person from somewhere in the country who shares that outlook, the desire for change, the patient commitment to do the work it takes to make that happen. We got a amazing range of nominations from around the country. Youth who all deserve recognition. They're bloggers, they're community volunteers, they're peer counselors, they're activists. We had a really difficult choice from amongst the 9 finalists that we had from all over the country. In the end, tonight's award recipient is someone who has been on a really unique and determined path, who has made the seemingly impossible look like it was practically inevitable all along. Connor Norton. This is a young man from Virginia Beach. Please give him a round of applause. This person has more LGBT activism under his belt than people like me who are twice his age. He started this out at his high school, First Colonial High School, and he founded and led the first Gay-Straight Alliance there. He's not content to stop there, so he created the district-wide networking organization Common Ground on behalf of all the regional GSAs to help them share perspectives and experiences with one another and enrich their programs. And he went on to Old Dominion University, where he serves as the president of ODU Out. It's a very traditionally conservative school, but the climate there has not stopped him from trying to make some changes there. So then he secured a place at the table at the university's Gay Cultural Studies Advisory Board and volunteers at the Hampton Roads LGBT Center and is active in the local Chamber of Commerce LGBT outreach program. We love you, Connor. This is great. There's more. He has spearheaded the area's first ever queer film festival. He's mastered the use of local and campus media to advance the visibility of this community. And this led to the first ever Campus Pride Festival, which he led. When he is not busy doing those things, he is raising funds for the Ali Forney Center. Last year, he spearheaded a candlelight vigil in remembrance of Matt. And he has lobbied the local school board, which was for some reason trying to ban cross-gender clothing. And that policy was overturned. And that's something. And he is holding down a 3.6 GPA. I mean, really. Wow. Wow. And he didn't come from some cushy place that made this all really easy to deal with. He came from a background where he dealt with bullying, and he had a rough experience with his family coming out. So he did what people like this do. He tried to help other people who were facing similar challenges, helped provide clothing and housing and educational assistance for other people in the same boat through community connections. We got the nomination form for this person. It said, I want to read this verbatim from this shiny thing in front of me. I had heard of Connor long before I actually met him. Since that first meeting, I have not attended an event or a meeting where Connor was not already involved. I'm amazed by his commitment, enthusiasm, and depth of feeling. When you are looking for a young person to honor for advancing the kind of work Matt Shepard was interested in for our community, you are quite simply looking for Connor Norton. Please join me in warmly welcoming him as this year's recipient of the Spirit of Matthew Award.
I was still incredibly nervous about how on earth I would feel when I got up here, and nothing prepared me for it. When I was little, when I was in elementary school, I was always the bad kid. Elementary school, I was the bad kid. Middle school, I was the weird kid. High school, I was the freak of nature. And you can kind of see where it went from there. I never had anybody, teachers, family, that ever really taught me who I was or to be proud of who I was or even what I was. All I knew was that in preschool at Eastern Shore Chapel, I liked to play the damsel in distress. I was Beauty, not the Beast. Go figure. And I wound up getting kicked out of my preschool for that. So all I was ever taught was that to be what I was, to like what I liked, was wrong. In high school, when I started attending the Governor's School for the Arts, my teacher, Ricardo Melendez, he always gave us plays to read for Drama Lit, and he gave me one play he thought I should read particularly. He didn't tell me why, he just said, read this play. And it was The Laramie Project by Moises Kaufman. It was the first play that I'd ever read, the first remembrance that I could ever recall of hearing about an LGBT youth, particularly that had other voices behind it, voices that said it's not okay, that his death was something wrong, that all of these people were coming behind him and saying, what are you people thinking? It was the first time that I'd heard the word gay. It was the first time that I'd heard that there were people like me and that there were people out there who liked and appreciated people like me and were there to fight for me. My senior year in high school, I was given the pleasure of directing that production with Ricardo Melendez, my gay father, as I like to call him. And we played to sold-out houses every night. We educated, I can't even count how many people in our community to show them the story of the Laramie Project and the story of Matthew Shepard. And nothing has ever brought me that much pleasure in producing theater or working in theater than working on that production. Words can't express how I feel being here tonight and accepting this award. Everything that I've dedicated to helping the LGBTQ community, I've never asked for anything, any recognition, anybody to say anything about it, only to ask that those people out there listen and hear and know that I'm here along with my brothers and sisters in the family that has raised me, that I'm here, I'm queer, get used to it. And just so that everybody out there can know that I didn't come from a great accepting family. My father called me a few hours before I actually flew out here, and I told him what I was coming to accept. He said, "What was that?" I said, "The Matthew Shepard Foundation's honoring me." He said, "Oh, well, bye." And I can only say that whenever my dad tries to get me down and tries to show me that he's not supportive or that my family isn't supportive, I can always turn to people like you out in the audience and say that you are my family and that you are here for me. I haven't cried in 6 years since I first came out. I didn't think anything would ever make me feel that much, but you all certainly make me feel welcome. I can't help but thank the University Old Dominion for sending me here and appreciating everything that I do, and all of you for appreciating everything I do. Thank you so, so, so much.